91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT. Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody. Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis? Well, you are listening to the right ad. You have the ailment, we have the remedy. Call us now on 288-8301 or 346-2612.
Don't forget to tune in right here on the street 919 FM every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m.
Performance, beat all talk.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com.
News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, nurses to engage in 24-hour prayer on Friday. Trade and Industry Minister says Trinidad and Tobago is positioned for success. Bacon Shark outlet gutted by early morning fire in Maracas, and internationally United Airlines fires hundreds of unvaccinated employees. And now the news in detail. Trade and Industry Minister Paula Gopi-Scoon gives an assurance that Trinidad and Tobago while it is in the midst of a global pandemic, it is positioned for success. According to the minister, the country is aiming to boost its foreign direct investment during the upcoming Trinidad and Tobago Investment Forum.
We want to be positioned on the short list of ideal locations to do business with a value proposition so compelling that the investor is inclined to go nowhere else but to Trinidad and Tobago to establish or expand operations. The Trinidad and Tobago Investment Forum will showcase the country's competitive advantages and the investment opportunities available within targeted sectors.
Meanwhile, chairperson of Invest TT, Franca Costello, notes that despite the lockdowns and business closures, Trinidad and Tobago has been able to secure major investments over the last year.
Barring the impact of the pandemic, this year, in fact, is projected to be our biggest annual success to date. Estimated at $265 million against a $135 million target, with 9 investments generating 850 jobs. Our country is inherently well positioned for success.
In other news, nurses will be engaging in a 24-hour day of prayer tomorrow. This, as the Trinidad and Tobago Registered Nurses Association say, it is fed up with sending letters and making representation for their members to be appointed to permanent positions with no real headway being made. Association President I.D. Stewart says it's time to go to a higher power for help. Tomorrow, the association is calling on all nurses to spend 24 hours in prayer. On the impact this will have on patients, Mr. Stewart had this to say.
Demonstrates that nursing personnel are essential. So since nursing personnel are essential, why have them on temporary employment? So that question may really be better posed to the government of Trinidad and Tobago. A matter of fact, the Prime Minister, in his own words, in an ad that we have on our social media and other platforms, is stating that he's unaware that nurses are on temporary employment. This is despite our numerous letters to him.
Mr. Stewart said despite the Prime Minister's acknowledgement that there is a permanent establishment for nurses, several nurses have been retained on a continuous temporary basis.
Where they seem to save money by not bringing on nursing personnel on the staff establishment and just having them on temporary, does two things. One, you do not have to pay nursing personnel gratuity as if it was a proper contract, and you don't have to pay them pension as if they were permanent. So you put them in this limbo position where you say, well, you are continuously temporarily employed, so we could get away with not paying you all of the benefits that you would be entitled to.
In more news, a bake and shark outlet at Maracas Beach was gutted by fire this morning. From initial reports at about 2:45 a.m. today, fire services received a call that one of the structures along the beach was on fire. Appliances from the San Juan Fire Station as well as the Ryson Road headquarters were dispatched. However, when officials arrived, the structure was completely destroyed. They contained the fire to ensure that it did not spread. Investigators are expected to return to the scene to make an official determination for the cause of the blaze. Maracas Bay Police are continuing inquiries. International news now. United Airlines is preparing to fire almost 600 employees who failed to comply with the company's COVID-19 vaccination policy by the September 27th deadline, company executives told employees Tuesday. United was one of the first major U.S. companies to announce a vaccine mandate for its 67,000 U.S. employees, the overwhelming majority of whom have complied. We have this report.
United tells us those firings are now already underway. This as pilots at other airlines now warn of a travel nightmare this holiday season. This morning, some United Airlines employees are waking up without a job. The airline revealing it is firing up to 593 employees who chose not to get vaccinated when the airline mandated vaccines for all employees.
But I hope that they are just as gratified as we have been that the compliments and support for this policy have far outweighed the criticism that we've received.
And now we're learning more than 4,200 American Airlines pilots are still unvaccinated. Pilot unions for American and Southwest are asking the White House for exemptions to the president's vaccine mandate, warning of holiday travel chaos. This comes as Pfizer announces its vaccine is safe and effective in children 5 to 11 and has submitted supporting data to the FDA for review. One federal official telling ABC News those shots could begin rolling out before Thanksgiving.
And that was the 12 o'clock news on the streets, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines: nurses to engage in 24-hour prayer on Friday. Trade and Industry Minister says Trinidad and Tobago is positioned for success. Bacon Shark outlet gutted by early morning fire in Maracas. And internationally, United Airlines fire hundreds of unvaccinated employees. Do keep it locked to the streets, 919 FM. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good afternoon.